We are live tonight on NASCAR 21 Ignition for another career mode episode. It is the Dryden 400 at the Dover International Raceway on this hot, slick, sunny afternoon. This is going to be the first live stream edition of the career mode in quite some time. And not only that, hopefully, we're going to have a pretty good race on top of it. This is the first and only trip to the Monster Mile as well for Dover this season, back to only one date. So the urgency to want to win at a very unique racetrack and get that very, in my opinion, best trophy as far as aesthetics go in their trophy case. I don't know. I ran out of things to say there. I botched that one. Welcome, everybody. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We're about to get this 400-lap, 400-mile race underway. But first and foremost, as always, we got to take a look at the starting lineup. Our driver, of course, for the career mode, myself, qualified in the 20th position, so that's where we will be starting. As far as the top 10 goes, it'll be the Kyle and Kyle show in the front row with Kyle Larson starting on the pole. Kyle Busch will start on the outside of the front row in second. Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr. will be in row 2. Denny Hamlin and William Byron in row 3. Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman in row 4, with Chase Elliott and Brad Keselowski in row number 5. As far as the setup for this one goes, pretty stable. We do have stability help on for the first time in a while on this game. As far as, well, not the first time in a while, but I did try the no stability help for Darlington on the last race, the last 750 oval. It did not go well, so I have to do it today if we're going to be able to get to the end of this race. We were originally supposed to premiere this. I obviously had no time to record this race, so we are going live with it here tonight as well. So I know some of you guys have been asking when's the next live stream of NASCAR 21 Ignition. Well, we have it tonight. We'll have it again tomorrow for you. Inside Uranus, Billy Kramer, Davion West, Jake Paul would smoke Guy Larson in NASCAR. R6R6, Ethan, DB Forever 85, welcome to the stream. So, let's not wait any longer. Let's get this underway. 400 miles, 400 laps set today for Dover. We had a pretty decent race here on the custom schedule season, so I'm thinking that we are going to have ourselves, hopefully, a pretty good race today. All about survival when it comes to the NASCAR 21 Ignition races, especially with the full races as usual. Green flag is in the air. Kyle Larson leads the field to the green, and we're underway at Dover. And already Schneider stuck on the outside, 3 wide. He's in the wall. I think he's all right. Somehow he didn't blow a tire. Very lucky he didn't blow a tire. It's going to be in the wall again. Well, there it goes. Now the tire's down. Wow. Well, that didn't take long at all. What is going on? There's a reason why I haven't been live streaming this game in so long. Honestly, I forgot how tight the car is with the stability help on the ovals. It's so tight. Like, you have to slow the car down so much. I don't know how I qualified in 20th. I literally hit the wall every lap, every corner for, the first 3 laps of the race? How does that happen? I know I'm better than that. This game makes me look like I don't know how to play a NASCAR video game. Should have known. Should have known. I really don't want to restart. Hope you survive. Oh, you didn't. The problem is, if I turn the stability off, I know I'm not going to be able... I'm going to make it like 50 laps. If that. I doubt I'll even make it 50 laps. Without any practice at this point. I actually made 2 clean qualifying laps. That was pretty bad. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. We're gonna pump the brakes, everybody. We're gonna just pretend like that didn't happen. Even though everybody saw it. Alright, well, Larson's going to lead the field to the green this time around. Let's try this again. Green flag is in the air. The Dryden 400 at Dover.
Clear. 3 wide, 2 down there. Stay right.
There we go. Schneider slowed the car down. It wants to jump right up the racetrack as soon as you get... I wasn't even in the gas. Wasn't even in the gas, and the car's still going up the track.
Clear.
My left thumb is going to be on fire at the end of this race. Look at this. I'm on the brakes off the exit of the corner. I should have just started last. That's what I should have done. I don't know why I qualified and put myself in that situation. They're putting me in the wall too. They're not giving me any room. This is a bad idea. I should have just recorded this. I didn't have time to, and I wanted to make sure I got something out tonight.
Clear all around.
Well, Schneider's already dropped back to 38th after qualifying 20th. Ashley G, Furfur Express, welcome to the stream. Patrick Shadley, I saw you down in the chat as well. Cody Ware underneath the 48. Schneider barely keeps it off the wall. Not gonna take that big of a hit to blow the right front tire, obviously. Schneider is struggling right now with the handling of this race car. Desperately going to have to loosen it up when we get to that first pit stop of the race. Gets a pretty good run off the exit of the corner when he can hit his marks. But the car gets so tight up the racetrack, I'm sure it'll just take time. I bet after about 20 laps I'll probably get it driving the way I want it to. Problem is, it's probably going to get tighter and tighter over the course of the run, so maybe not. All I hope is just race so we can get the realistic commentary. That's all I really hope for. Oh my goodness. About 130 miles an hour off the exit of turn 4 just to keep the car off the wall. Dan Clark, welcome to the stream. Kyle Larson was able to lead the first few laps of the race from the pole. He currently leads right now. Schneider trying to make his way around James Davidson. He's passed him twice, but Davidson got back around him off the exit of the corner. Schneider slides up as soon as he makes the pass. And try going back to arcing the corners off, entering high. Cutting it down to the bottom, feathering the throttle, trying not to get back into the gas too soon. That allows them to get the run to the inside of James Davidson.
Clear.
Schneider just trying something different. Davidson, though, with the crossover, back down to the bottom again. And Schneider can't hold the position, and he gets into the wall. Off the exit of turn 4. Again, very lucky not to puncture a tire. Back-to-back last place finishes for the 48, which has relegated him from first in the regular season championship back to 5th. And not only that, at one point he had a 4-point lead, and now he's 57 points back, just over one race, but not out of it by any means. He's obviously going to need a good run tonight. And he's struggling just to stay in front of James Davison. I've never heard of that, Davion, honestly. Drake Wyman, welcome to the stream.
Still next to you. Still there.
Schneider to the inside of Davison. Didn't clear him. Not that time.
Clear all around.
Drives it in deep.
One
He's
left.
having to lift so much off the exit of the corner, and again he slaps the
Clear,
wall.
clear, clear.
Doesn't want to have to lift that much when you're supposed to be getting back into the gas, but that's what he needs to do just to keep it off the wall.
Car right.
Struggling to make the pass on Davison. Drifts way up the racetrack. Davison crosses it back over. Heck of a battle for 39th right now.
Car right.
Schneider at a Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet that has won 6 times this year is just absolutely struggling for speed. Finally stays in front of James Davison. Davison was not able to cross him over that time. It looks like Schneider's finally going to be able to put some separation between himself and Davison. Maybe he's going to have a better long-run car tonight. Again, we'll just have to wait and see. Restall Cup, welcome to the stream. Oh my. I don't know if I want to put up with this tonight, honestly. This is bad. It just stinks that you can't put in custom setups.
Stay right. Still next to you. Clear, clear. Got one left.
Davison again working to the inside of Schneider.
Clear, clear.
He's doing fine there for a few laps, and all it took was him putting it into the wall once. Now Davison just puts it into the side of the 48. Schneider lucky not to spin out.
Car right.
Sends it in on Davison. Just for Davison to get him back. Double crossover for Schneider off the exit in turn 2. Holding the bottom to stay in front of the 15 again. That's what he's got to do to stay in front of him, because he can drive it in deep. But when the car drifts up the racetrack, they're able to power through the center of the corner so much faster. Schneider's just going to try to run the outside then. Middle to upper groove. Worked for him that lap. That might have been his fastest lap of the race. Schneider has just been searching around for speed, and I think he might have found it. Almost pushed it a little too hard that time into turns 1 and 2. He's definitely pulling Davison. He's closing in on these drivers ahead of him. So easy to overdrive the corners, even with this makeshift middle to upper groove. It is relevant here at Dover. I mean, it is possible. Drivers can make it work. Schneider trying to do just that. Again, over the course of a 400-lap, 400-mile race, though, him getting into the wall probably a dozen times already, maybe a little less than that, but he is definitely putting it in the wall quite significantly. He's very fortunate not to blow a tire. Big move to the inside, going 3 wide underneath David Reagan and Cody Ware, and he pushes it into the 66 and Timmy Hill. Contact. He's stuck on him.
Clear, clear.
Cody Ware gets back around, so does the 36 and David Reagan, and somehow Timmy Hill did not spin out there. Makes you question who's got stability, help the 48 or the 66. Schneider again going to go 3 wide to the bottom, into 3, trying to get around David Reagan and Timmy Hill, and trying to make a pass for position. They both cross him right back over again. How many cautions for this race so far? None. Caution free through 23 laps.
Clear all around.
Schneider passes Timmy Hill. David Reagan just having a hard time trying to stay in front. He has to lift so much to keep it off the wall in the middle to the exit of the corner, and that's
Clear, clear.
how they're able to get around him. I mean, it's just that simple.
Clear, clear, clear.
Schneider's definitely going to be making some adjustments, and hopefully the handling will get better in the runs going forward. But for this opening run of the race, he's just trying to survive and not blow a tire.
Stay left, stay left. All clear. Stay left.
Oh, and he just about turned Timmy Hill. Honestly questioning how Timmy Hill did not spin out there, considering how perfect Schneider clipped the left rear corner panel of the MBM 66 car. And he just did it again, and Timmy Hill is driving right on. Not being phased one bit with the contact. Probably only going to hurt the performance in the 48 even more. Trying to race as clean as I possibly can, as always.
Clear, clear, clear.
This game is just not making it easy.
Got one right, got one right. Clear,
Schneider
clear.
sends it.
Clear, clear.
Can't count how many passes he's made, but has been crossed over so far.
Clear, clear.
Insane. Timmy Hill didn't complete the crossover, though. Schneider's just going to hold on the bottom and stay in front of Timmy Hill. So he's up to 38th now.
Got one left. Clear, 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 clear.
Trying to run the middle to upper groove, and Timmy Hill gets back under him almost, not quite. Man, they're starting to slow up quite a bit on corner entry, too. Schneider drives it in so deep, that's really the only thing he can do to try to keep pace with them. Because they're checking up so much, that's why he got in the back of Hill those few times, and now he's gotten into David Reagan. And Timmy Hill just got into the 48, all the way up the track he goes, and into the wall.
Stay right.
Here comes James Davison again.
Got one left. All
And he
clear.
uses up the 48 on his way by.
Stay left. Clear all around. Stay left. Stay left.
Schneider into Davison.
Clear all
I don't know how they're not spinning out. Davison even bounced off the wall after the contact. Schneider's considering short pitting. He's going to try to take 3 rounds of wedge out of the race car to try and help loosen it up. It's not that the car's got no speed, it's the handling so bad and Schneider has to slow it down so much in the center of the corner just to keep it off the wall, off the exit. And it's even worse when he's alongside another car because he just can't hold the bottom lane. Actually, we're going to go major with the adjustment changes. We're going 4 rounds of wedge. Here comes race leader Kyle Larson. 4 rounds of wedge will be the adjustment change for the 48. Larson and Blaney, the top two, closing in. And Schneider is about to short pit as we're at lap 35. Dangers, obviously, if we get a caution, it's not going to end up very well. Kyle Larson, though, is about to lap the 48 anyway, so Schneider's going to pit this time. At lap 35, hoping it stays green. Got to make sure he doesn't speed. Into the pit lane he comes. Not sure what the speed limit is. And it looks like it's 35 miles an hour. So into the pits goes the 48. 4 tires and fuel. Major adjustments. 4 rounds of wedge going to be taken out of the car. So he's probably going to cut this run in about half. Really needs it to play green for everything to cycle through. Jesus Manuel Ortiz, welcome to the stream. Like, share, subscribe again for more daily NASCAR content. Realistic commentary with these full race live streams as usual. NASCAR 21 Ignition obviously back on the channel tonight with the live stream for the career mode. We'll also live stream the next race of the career mode at COTA. That will be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be the first race for the Cup Series ever to Circuit of the Americas. So he was about to lose 1 lap. I would not be surprised if he lost 2 more in the pit lane as well. Schneider making his way out of the pits now as he tries to get up to speed. But now he's got fresher tires on top of the fact that the car has been loosened up as well. 4 rounds of wedge. We'll see what it'll do. It's around James Davidson pretty quickly. He's actually able to get to the bottom of the racetrack now. Still wants to push tight in the center of the corner. Nowhere near as bad as it did. And try to get as many laps back as he can. He just got 1 back, so he's probably 3 down. I would assume he's 2 down now after just getting around Blaney and Larson, who are still at the front of the field. Larson has likely led every lap so far in the race today, but Blaney is keeping a beeline on him here as we're about 40 laps in. Schneider's definitely rolling the racetrack a lot easier now. Had to take 4 rounds of wedge out of the race car, but he's rolling now. Hopefully, again, it stays green, and obviously he's going to have to give up this time when everybody else pits for fresher tires. Maybe he can make up enough time with the 35-lap fresher tires and the adjustment changes that he can perhaps get back on the lead lap before everybody else pits. Still pulling quite a bit to the left with the analog stick. And a pass on the outside at Dover in this game, a little treacherous. He does make it work on BJ McLeod. Still able to outbrake him quite significantly. Corner entry is definitely where Schneider's at his best. When the car can rotate to the bottom of the racetrack without getting overly tight. But he's definitely able to drive the car as of right now.
Stay left. Clear all around. Stay left. Clear, clear, clear.
See, this is why custom setups need to be a thing in this game. That would not have happened. All it would have taken was a couple laps of practice. Okay, it's too tight. Let me, loosen it up real quick. Good to go. The settings don't really do a lot for the race car.
All clear.
You can only do so much. The preset settings, that is, can only do so much.
2 on the outside. You're 3. Clear all around.
Launches it into turn 3. He's already passed Newman, who was in 15th place. He was 3 wide under Chastain and Bubba Wallace, but he's blowing around these guys. Obviously, 35 lap pressure tires again at Dover is very crucial. Dover is a track that definitely eats away at tires. Now, I know this isn't Alex Bowman in the 48 car anymore, considering this is the career mode, but Keegan Schneider in this 48 trying to recreate history in the sense that Alex Bowman won at Dover in 2021 with this 48 car, with this same paint scheme, so Schneider trying to do that again. It could be his 7th win of the season, but he's got a long ways to go. He's in a deep hole early on. Very fortunate not to blow a tire in the early going of the race. Yeti Cup Series, welcome to the stream.
Two on the outside. You're 3. Got 1 right. Clear all around.
That was tight. 3 wide pass on Tyler Reddick and Christopher Bell. Now he's going to go to the outside on Austin Dillon. Really hoping he gets enough room up here. It's all he's really got to hope for. Well, now he's 3 wide middle. He doesn't want to do that. He'll back out of it. He'll let Austin Dillon go on the bottom lane. And Dillon's making some passes now. Gets around Kiselowski, Busher. He's underneath the 22 of Joey Logano. They almost make contact off the exit of turn 4. Austin Dillon now inside the top 10. He is charging. And I think it's because James Davidson was holding everybody up on the outside. That's why Austin Dillon was making so much ground up. Davison 1 lap down, Schneider's 2 down. So we actually won 6 races in a row, stretching from the 4th race of the season at Las Vegas, where Schneider got his first career win, all the way through the 9th race of the year at Richmond. Ended up keeping the top 10 streak alive with a 9th place finish at Talladega. But then 2 straight DNFs, 2 straight last place finishes. Schneider's got 4 DNFs on the year. So definitely starting to lack consistency, even though he was looking very consistent there through the first 9. The second quarter of the season is not off to a great start, excluding the, again, 9th place finish at Talladega.
Got 1 right. Got 1 right. Clear, clear, clear.
Looking to try to get back in contention for the regular season championship. Take another step in the right direction tonight. Larson's no longer the leader. He's back to 3rd. Blaney's actually back to 4th. William Byron's in 2nd. I'm not sure who the leader is yet. Schneider on the 35 lap pressure tires. The major wedge adjustment change has closed the gap. Oh no, he might turn Blaney. Blaney sideways. He's going to go around down to the apron, into the grass. Schneider does not need a caution being 2 laps down right now. No yellow, and now we got a caution. It was very delayed. Caution is out, and Schneider's going to be trapped 2 laps down. He's going to stay out of the pits. That is a very unfortunate circumstance there. And I would not be surprised if we lost another lap, considering the fact that this game has some scoring errors. Schneider just got into the back of Blaney. He was charging too hard. Not sure who pitted or who stayed out on the restart. They may pit now. I'm not entirely sure. They did not. So Schneider is at least 2 down. He should be 2 down. But I have a bad feeling the game probably put us another lap down again. No clue how much longer Schneider can go on fuel, because there's no telemetry. Not sure if everybody else pitted. So I don't know when to pit next. We may run out of fuel at some point. Obviously, we can go a ways because we pitted at lap 35. That would make it at least another 40 laps.
2 on the outside. You're 3. 2 on the outside. You're 3. 3 wide.
Schneider 3 wide.
2 on the outside. You're 3.
Underneath of Briscoe and Kurt Busch. Again, he may still have fresher tires. They could have stayed out of the pits.
You're in the middle here. 3 wide.
Schneider's got this car rolling now. Handling-wise. Almirola with a bit of a block. Schneider's not going to be able to make that pass. He's going to try it anyway. Turns 1 and 2. He gets around Suarez. And now clears Almirola off the exit of turn 2. Schneider just wants to get back into the clean air. Checking up so much. More contact with Bubba Wallace. Ryan Blaney's back to 15th after the spin. He was in 4th, ran top 5 the entire race up until that caution. And now there's more contact between Logano and Schneider, so the Penske car is getting beat up by the 48. Schneider was getting used up early, and now he's starting to use guys up. Try to go to the outside. Not sure if this is going to work or not. Not going to, mainly because they're side by side in front of him between Christopher Bell and Kyle Busch. I don't know how these other cars are so stable. Schneider's made contact with quite a few of them. Obviously, Blaney spun out, but the majority of them, they're staying super sturdy. I guarantee if I didn't have stability help, I would have been the one spinning out like every single time we make contact. Or those few times we got driven through earlier. That's definitely helping us keep car control. Austin Dillon is up to 4th place. He was on a move right before the caution. Wonder if Dillon may have the fastest car in the field. Schneider sends it into turn 1 to get by the 3. He's able to do it. Now he takes it 3 wide under Larson and Harvick. He's going to get tight down into turn 3. Schneider going to try to outbrake everybody. He does. Gets by Hamlin, and he'll get 1 lap back. Now, ideally, he should be 1 lap down. Oh, he's in the wall again. And now Larson is back to the inside of his teammate. Schneider trying to hold the top again. He's in the wall. Car is still tight, but it's at least drivable now. Really tight in that dirty air behind Larson. As soon as Larson pulled down right in front of the 48, car just shot right up the racetrack. Even with the low downforce, high horsepower package. Trying to undercut the 5. Beautiful job. Again, Schneider is at least 1 lap down. Should only be 1 lap down, but if we are more, it's because of the game. If everybody is on equal tires, at least Schneider's showing now that he's got speed. Well, they wouldn't be on equal tires. They either pitted and are on fresh tires, which I doubt it because Schneider just passed everybody, or they didn't pit at all, which means everybody's on the same strategy. Again, he's in the wall. I want to know if anybody else has tried medium stability help at Dover in this game, and I want to know if you guys have, and if you guys are having the same problem with trying not to mow the wall down every single lap. Never driven a tighter race car before in a video game. This is just insane. Slowing it down to 120 miles an hour just to make the corner hit over. And it's only going to get worse and worse and worse as the run goes on. This is even after the adjustment change. I don't know what the max amount of wedge you can take out of the car is. I'd imagine that we're not to that point yet. Right front has to absolutely be just about ready to fall off the race car. The amount of side force on corner entry, especially, that this car is putting. This is a very aggressive racetrack on equipment as it is. If you're driving this tight of a race car, it's only going to amplify that even more. Let me know down in the chat if the stream's lagging at all. Looks like it's potentially lagging on my screen, but I can't really tell. Well, I should say it is lagging on my screen, but I want to make sure it's not for everybody. It's been doing it like the whole race. Yeah, I kind of figured that was going to happen. I don't know. I don't know how Schneider has not blown a tire. It usually doesn't take much to hit the wall, especially multiple times. Schneider has not blown a tire yet in this one. Fine for you? Alright, cool. Hopefully it stays fine then. And Kyle Larson is back in the lead after the restart.
Stay left. Clear, clear, clear. Stay left.
Schneider charges around Timmy Hill.
Still next to you.
Underneath James Davison.
Clear, clear, clear.
Gonna try to be really reliant
Stay left.
on the information that the
All clear.
crew
Car
chief is giving to Schneider as far as the fuel economy goes.
clear, clear, clear.
Problem is they're not accurate in this game, majority of the time. Good news is, if it does start to sputter, it's only a 1 mile racetrack. The bad news is, we know what happens if you get stuck on pit road.
Stay left. Clear all around. Clear all around.
Probably the slowest speed we just hit in the middle of 3 and 4 that time. And Schneider still cracks the wall. 117 miles an hour was the mid-corner speed. He has been passing some cars' poor position. My goodness. It's so tight that it feels as if the right front tire is flat going into every corner. Like, that's how tight the car feels. It just sends off it towards the wall. I just kind of let it go up there and try to back it down in the middle so I can get the arc in the corner. Kind of diamond it off as much as I possibly can. That's seeming like it's the faster line. The problem is Schneider's got just over 50 laps on his tires, and he's definitely not even able to get the car to turn enough to arc it off anymore. He has been passing drivers for position, though. These are drivers that were, one lap down. The caution had waved originally. Oh boy, he did not have Gase clear. I don't know how he kept it off the wall there, especially with the contact that time around.
All clear. One left, one clear all around.
Barely stayed in front of Joey Gase. Trying to get back down to the bottom lane under Justin Haley.
Clear.
Now under Austin Cindric.
Car right. Clear all around.
Ryan Blaney's in the pit lane after going for a spill earlier.
Still next to you. Got one right. All clear. Car right. Still next to you. Clear all around.
Schneider clears BJ McLeod. And a lot of cars slowing up. Oh, Michael McDowell, I think he missed the pits. So everybody is pitting, and I'm thinking Schneider's going to have to pit with them. Going to take 2 more rounds of wedge out of the race car. More cars hitting the pits. He's going to wait just in case they wreck coming into the pits, which they have done on this game many times. Chris Buescher almost hit the barrels at the front of the pit road entrance. That's 6 rounds of wedge being taken out of the car from the start of the race. Schneider is up to 7th nearly as he gets crowded by Chastain. Schneider also did kind of walk up the racetrack, so a little bit of both. And it's probably because Chastain was going to want to try to get to the inside and pit. That and this would put Schneider right back on equal strategy, so we know where he is on fuel. But he is leading. For the first time all race long. But Denny Hamlin on much fresher tires is closing that gap quickly, so Schneider will pit this time. At least he was able to get 1 lap led in today at all costs. So he was able to lead a lap. That was it. It'll be 4 tires and fuel for the 48. Another wedge adjustment, taking 2 rounds of wedge out of the race car. This is the second pit stop of the day for Schneider. He short pitted at lap 35 earlier. So now he can go based off the rest of the field, the rest of this race, as far as when he decides to pit going forward. Obviously, we don't know if we're going to get any more cautions. We've had 1 already today. I don't know if that leaderboard's entirely accurate. Schneider's shown 16th. It's probably going to take a couple laps when we get out of the pits for it to cycle all the way through. Unless he just had that much quicker of a pit stop than everybody else. Scored in 21st. I don't think he was that high in the running order before that. Now we'll see what the race car can do on equal tires with the rest of the field. So he was able to make up 1 lap. We're guessing that Schneider is 1 lap down. Should be 1 lap down. But again, the game could have potentially put him an extra lap down. Under the caution. even though we stayed out of the pits. Just part of the many scoring errors when cautions come out. And down to the bottom, 3 wide. Well, a big risk. After he hopped out of line off the exit of turn 2 as he tried to pass Anthony Alfredo. He did get around him. He couldn't quite clear the 43 car and actually had to hop in line behind Eric Jones. He's back down to the bottom into turns 1 and 2. Schneider powers past Keselowski inside of Timmy Hill now. Schneider is up to 19th. Trying to recover a deficit from a 3-lap hole. Again, he was 3 down. Even if he can get a good finish out of this. What a great rally. He qualified 20th, but he fell right to the back immediately. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. So we are at lap 95.
Stay left. Clear, clear. Stay left. Still there. Clear all around.
Schneider under Bubba Wallace. Nothing doing there. Sends it into the next corner to the inside of the 23 again. Beats Wallace back to the gas off the exit of turn 2. Now he's underneath Joey Logano as he drives it in deep into turn 3. Logano potentially going to look for a crossover, and he just doored the 48 out of the way. Schneider's just going to let both Wallace and Logano go. And now there's some damage to the front of the 48. Piling into the back of the 23 car. We cleared him off the exit of turn 2, but couldn't hold the lane. That is not good. The car has gotten tight once again as soon as he got into the back of Wallace. Oh, and he just squeezed Logano into the wall.
Clear, clear. Car right.
Yeah. Called us clear there for a second. Logano was still there.
All around. Car right.
Definite damage with Logano as well. That's unfortunate. Schneider's going to be riding around with the damage for the final 300 laps tonight as well. There's nothing he can do about it. Logano scored in 39th right now. Almost got dumped. Schneider's starting to get loose off the exit of the corner. All the wedge he's been taken out of the race car. Oh, almost got in the wall. So now he's loose off exit, but he's still pushing massively tight on entry and in the center of the corner. 2 major wedge adjustments to try and help loosen the car up.
Car right. Clear, clear, clear.
And trying to challenge to the inside of Logano. Good exit to turn 2. Powers to the inside of the 22.
Clear, clear.
Logano going to cross him back over. Schneider was just trying something different there. Oh my goodness. Well, that's going to add more damage to the front of the race car. They backed the corner up so much. That's where they get all that corner exit speed from. Schneider's got to do whatever he can to pass him, so he's got to drive it in a lot deeper. Trying to drive a car a lot harder on corner entry when it's super, super tight. One of the more difficult things to do inside a race car. Goes back and forth with Logano, who again is in 39th. And Schneider just blew a right front tire into the wall off turn 4. It was only a matter of time, and he's in the wall heavily again. And turns 1 and 2. Yeah, we can't... We literally can't loosen it up that much more. Not with the wedge, at least. Well, 4 tires and fuel it is for the 48. All that track position gain just to lose it again. This is a disastrous of a race. 3 in a row now for the 48 of Schneider. Santiago Kid, welcome to the stream. 48 did damage again this race. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Right back to 38th. It's just so hard not to mow the wall down every lap. Car's way too tight. The damage made it 10 times worse. Try taking another half round of wedge out of the car again. Should be faster than everybody else with a little bit fresher tires. Not by much. About maybe 20 lap fresher tires. Go back to the far chase cam. Back to 39th. And who knows? I mean, again, we can't even tell how many laps down we are. I didn't know how many we were down before. We should have been 1 down. But I'm thinking under the caution we lost an extra lap. And now, because we were in the pits, that flat right front tire, I again have no clue. Here's Schneider burping the throttle off the exit of the corner just out of safety precaution, really, to not make contact with the wall off the exit of the corner. Either the wall or another driver if he's on the inside of another driver. Yeah, we'll see at the end of the race. We'll see in 200, a little less than, we'll consider we're a few laps down at least. Less than 290 laps, we'll find out how many laps down we are. Shouldn't have to wait till the end of the race. If we had a properly working leaderboard. William Byron's going to make a dive into the pit lane. Unscheduled stop for the 24, so Hendrick Motorsports having a few issues. There's somebody else pitting. It's like the 53 car, Joey Gase. Oh, Schneider just crowded Harvick, and Harvick just hit him back. Couple positions gained for the 48 with those other drivers pitting now. Not sure why William Byron and Joey Gase pitted when they did. gets back around Harvick.
Stay left. Clear, clear, clear. Stay left. Clear.
Nagano also 4th position.
Stay left.
Schneider to 35th. He can't have bad runs like this if he's going to win the regular season championship. He's already 57 points back. He's still in 5th. And playoff points are awarded for each of the top 10 drivers, but it's 15 playoff points for winning the regular season championship. So that is where there's a gigantic crucial point here. Why he wants to win that regular season championship. No amount of playoff points are safe, especially in this game as we saw at the custom schedule season. James Davison was 4th position, Schneider to 34th. There's Denny Hamlin, the race leader, so Schneider's about to get another lap back. I'm going to guess we're at least 4 down. Now we're at least 3 laps down off the exit of turn 4. But it could be more. One thing he can do to try and loosen the car up now is just air pressure. So he's going to flip the air pressure way up. It's going to sound ridiculous, but I'm going to go 4 pounds on the left sides and 8 pounds on the right sides. It's just crazy how much we have to swing the car to try. And we've already taken 6.5 rounds of wedge out of the car total. I literally can't move it anymore. Cannot take any more wedge out of the car. So the air pressure is the only thing we can do to try and help loosen it up from here on out. Trying to navigate that, especially on a track like this, is very difficult as well. Ace has some damage to the front. Well, never mind. Disappeared. I gotta stop calling cars with damage in this game because it just disappears every time you pass them. I wish ours did that. Fly guy only, welcome to the stream. Austin Dillon back to 11th place after he got inside the top 5 earlier on. Showed a lot of speed. It's either A, caught in lap traffic, or B, went the wrong way with an adjustment under that first pit stop of the race. Johnson has pitted 3 times, but everybody else has only pit once. I'm scared we're not going to be able to move the right side tires up that much for air pressure. $50 PSI, that's insane. I don't even think these tires can hold that much air. had 47, so we need to get it to 55 on the right front. For 8. We gotta get it to 52 on the right rear. I guess we can't move the air pressure up that much. Oh, I forgot you can adjust the track bar in this. We'll do that under the stop after the next one. We're still having issues.
Three wide, you got 2 up top.
3 wide to the bottom underneath Larson and Bush. Schneider makes a clean pass on both of them. Flatlines it into turn 1 to pass Kurt Busch. Matt DiBenedetto may be for position. 48 pulls out of line down the back straightaway. And he will pass Matty D. So up to 31st. The second time Schneider's had to go to the back. The good news is he's got a long ways to go if he can survive that many laps. Bad news is we don't know how many laps down he is. We know he's at least 3 down. Another bounce into the wall. It might have been the first time since the last pit stop.
You're up top. 3 wide, you got 2 up top. Stay
3
left.
wide down the back
Walk
stretch.
outside. You're 3. Clear,
Schneider
clear.
passes a whole bunch of cars. But he does make his way through. Quinn Half just going to give him enough room off the exit of the corner, and that pass on Half is for 30th. Remember, William Byron was in second place. He had to make an unscheduled stop. He's back at 37. Still just the one caution today. That was for Ryan Blaney spinning off the front bumper of the 48. Corner entry into turn 1 earlier. Right around lap 50 when that happened. So definitely the longest green flag run of the 2 green flag stints so far.
Stay left. All clear.
Look at that major crossover on both Reddick and Wallace.
Clear, clear, clear.
It was a double crossover because Wallace and Reddick got back around the 48 after Schneider cleared him himself the first time, and then he crossed him back over down the backstretch. Really playing with the throttle time. There's another hit into the wall. Only so much you can do to brace for impact. Kind of tell when you're absolutely going to get into it, especially right there on corner entry is the easiest to feel when it's going to be the case. Every hit into the wall is only adding more and more damage to the right side, not only to risk blowing a tire, but it just puts more stress on the right side of the car in general. More damage is probably going to want to have it gravitate even more to the wall, making the handling conditions even worse. Had a weak tornado. Touchdown 20 minutes south of your area. Yeah, there were, I don't know how many they actually counted, you know, tornadoes spotted or whatever, and whether it's an accurate number either, but yeah, there's definitely quite a few from that storm system in the Midwest. Yeah, by the time I had the super high winds, all it was the winds. Like, we had some thunderstorms overnight, but the wind didn't actually take place till like the next afternoon. Because when I went into work, it wasn't that windy. I went on lunch. We had 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's insane. We have like an electric door, like not a revolving door, but automatic. It's an automatic door, and it wasn't wanting to open. Or I think it was wanting to open, but it wasn't wanting to close. And the wind was so strong that it was just blowing stuff in the lobby, so you had to manually open and close it. And then with the wind on top of it, it was pretty hard to to get it open and closed. It was terrible. Should have planned ahead so I didn't have to go outside on lunch. It wasn't that bad at the end of the day, but crazy. Crazy.
Stay left. Clear all around. Stay left. Clear, clear, clear. Two on the outside. You're three. Car right. Clear all around.
Chastain squeezed into the wall now. Schneider gets into him.
One right. Clear, clear. Got one right. All clear.
Side of Kevin Harvick. I think that's Denny Hamlin way up ahead. Yeah, it is Hamlin. He's in second now. I'm not sure who the leader is. And Denny Hamlin on this long run is no longer the leader.
Got one right.
I'll say the lead has changed hands quite a few times today, both before, during, and after the caution. And Christopher Bell, another JGR Toyota, leads this race. Oh man, excuse me. Actually turned away from the mic that time. You guys probably still heard it. My gosh. I mean, out of technicality, I'm the one making the mistake, but the car is so tight. Just hitting the wall is going to be a given. Looks like Hamlin and Bell have been stuck behind the 16 of Kaz Gralla. This allows Schneider to get back to 2 laps down, though. He's in for it. Bump to the back of the 22. Schneider to the inside of Hamlin. Now to the inside of Bell, the race leader. Schneider's out of the gas. Somehow did not make contact with Denny Hamlin. Hamlin stays in the battle for second. Schneider again drives it in deep. Barely kept it off the 20 of Christopher Bell. Barely beats Bell back to the gas using the 16 of Kaz Gralla as a pick. And Schneider now is only 2 laps down. Gralla's in 13th place, having himself a good run for colleague racing. Gralla dives back down to the bottom. Schneider's in the wall again off the exit of turn 4. Little bump from the 20. Bump to the back of the 11. So Bell has lost the lead to his teammate Hamlin. Lap traffic definitely costed him. Schneider is turned. He got way too tight. Actually corrected it back in the right direction. He got spun right around. I don't know how that happened so quickly, but Schneider's all right. Now he's about to get turned by the 42. Just trying to get his speed back. Pretty significant nose damage, though, into the wall. No caution after the spin, and he's right back to 3 laps down again. Car's just so tight, he could not keep it off the 22 of Logano, and into the wall he went. Slowski just kept it off Schneider. Schneider's going to pit again. He's going to short pit. So he kind of wants to play similar strategy to the end of the race, but he'll short pit this time around. He's trying something different. He's going to have those air pressure adjustments now. Car just keeps getting too damaged. He doesn't want to repair any damage, though, either, because that's going to cost him heavy time in the pits. So he's likely still 3 down when he pit. I would assume he's going to lose 2 more in the pits. Vari or Wham? I have no clue what either of those 2 channels are, Reese. I have no clue. No, I do not watch them. I don't even know what they are. Cycles right out in front of Hamlin. Almost 6 down. Well, hopefully the air pressure adjustment does the job. Probably not, but we'll see.
Got one right. Clear, clear, clear. Car right. All clear.
I know it's only the first 2 to 3 laps after he came out of the pits, but his probably the best the car has handled all day long. But again, he's got to try not to get damage on the race car, or it just goes right back to being super tight again.
Stay left. Clear all around. Stay left.
Probably going to have some cars pitting very, very soon as well.
All clear.
Flat lines it into the corner. Austin Dillon back inside the top 10. Currently in the 10th position. I'm assuming that Schneider only falls back as far as 38th because 39th and 40th is probably out of the race. Actually, now I remember he was back at 39th at one point, so. And Joey Gase is on the track in the 53 car, so he's not out of the race. Remember him having to make an extra stop or two. Kurt Busch not giving Schneider any room. Running him up the racetrack. Schneider was on his outside, and he was hanging on the right rear corner panel, but he gave Kurt Busch plenty of room.
Clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear.
Obviously, it wasn't enough.
Stay left. 3 wide. 2 outside. Clear, clear. Clear. Got 1 right. Got 1 right. Clear, clear. Got 1 right. Clear all around. Stay left. All clear.
Not going to be any warning signs when anybody comes into the pits, too. Knowing how much they check up, Schneider's going to try not to run into him. Not have the same situation that happened to him at Darlington, which put him in a hole there. Coincidentally, that was after a short pit. And also, that was on a 750 oval.
Got 1 left.
Just got squeezed by Reddick.
Car right. 2 on the outside.
Oh man, he really took the line away of his teammate Byron.
Wide. Got 2 up top. Still next to you. Clear, clear.
Into the wall goes the 48 off the exit of turn 2.
2 inside. You're 3 wide. 3 wide. You're up top. 3 wide. 2 down there. 3 wide. 2 down there. 3
Oh,
wide, 2
wow.
down there.
That was ballsy. Again, it worked out. Ryan Blaney down into the pit lane.
Stay left. All clear.
This is where green flag pit stops open up for the rest of the field. Schneider pitted about 10 to 15 laps ago, so he'll have about 10 to 15 lap older tires when everybody cycles through. There's race leader Denny Hamlin into the pits. See how much ground Schneider will make up position-wise.
Stay left. Clear, clear.
He was in 30th place when he did decide to pit. Most recent time. I feel like the air pressure adjustment's definitely helping the corner exit. The problem is, it's just the corner entry is still the most difficult thing to try and get right. He was really banking on nobody just turning left, trying to come into the pits when Schneider was underneath them. Luckily, they didn't. Watch Keselowski coming out of the pit lane. Trying to the outside of DiBenedetto. DiBenedetto got a little loose. Oh, wow. He just evaded to the right. Now we got a caution. Caution is out. That is exactly what Schneider did not want to see. Hamlin pit. This is going to shuffle the order up even more. Probably going to trap him another lap down. Probably just going to blimp up the right sides again. Just go 4 pounds of air pressure all the way around. Problem in the paint booth, you'd have multiple slots in your screens, but you can only drive the first one you made. And I didn't even know about that. I haven't really tested out the paint booth. It's never really something I got into. Really, any NASCAR game. Well, Schneider's still trapped in 34th. He's restarting right in the middle of the pack.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps. 2 on the outside.
And the crew chief's calling us into the pits already.
Clear all around. 3 wide. Get 2 up top. Car right.
Contact with David Reagan. He got hooked and somehow he saved it. That was very, very strange. Physics would tell you Schneider should have nosed it into the wall. He didn't even hit the wall after the contact when the 36 was stuck on his outside.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
Gloria Miller, welcome to the stream.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps. Car right. Clear, clear. Stay left.
Now Schneider's really, really relying on everybody else as far as when he needs to pit.
Get 2 up top. Stay right. We got about 5 laps of fuel left. Clear, clear, clear. Car right. Clear, clear. We got about 5 laps of fuel left.
It's going to be very difficult. I feel like the car got a little tighter.
Clear all around.
Some of it might have been the traffic on the restart, but it didn't feel this tight after the second to last stop, and we pitted under the caution flag. And I feel like that air pressure adjustment
We'll be pitting in
made
about
everything
5 laps.
worse.
Stay right. Clear, clear, clear. Stay right. Stay right. Clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear.
Jeff Stain just rocketed past the
We'll be
48.
pitting in about 5 laps. We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
Schneider actually would have lost spots then because of short pitting and having that untimely caution. Kurt Busch gets into the left rear and drives him all the way up the racetrack. Schneider tried to dump him down the back straightaway, and Kurt Busch didn't turn. He didn't budge.
Stay right.
And now Joey Gase is trying to punt the 48. I don't know why Schneider got tighter after
We got
loosening
about
the
5
car
laps
up.
of fuel left. We got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Could be the caution. Crazy.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
I kind of want to just not finish this race. This has just been a nightmare of a night. Everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. We're not even halfway home yet. We don't know how many laps down.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
Welcome to the stream, Robbie.
We'll be pitting in about 5 laps. We got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Got about 5 laps of fuel left for more than 5 laps. Crazy spot. Yeah. Another hit.
We got about 5 laps of fuel left.
I don't remember the car being this tight. I remember the car being super tight on the custom schedule season at Dover. But we were able to finish 4th and get to the end of the race. We actually finished, well, we didn't finish on the lead lap because we got dumped by Larson late. And we dumped it back. That was the start of the rivalry in the custom schedule season between Larson and Bell. But in the career mode,
5 laps of fuel
I just came out of the gates even tighter. The only thing Schneider can do is if we keep getting cautions in the middle of green flag pit stops, that he stays out of the pits, tries to cycle ahead.
We got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Where the problem lies, the car is so tight already in this point in the run, and he's probably going to have to go another 60 laps beyond this. I don't see that happening without him blowing another tire.
5 laps.
He's already done 2 times in this race today. Well, believe it or not, we're going to be back better than ever again tomorrow.
5 laps of fuel left.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard start time on NASCAR 21 Ignition. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled times. And it'll be another career mode live stream, and it will be at Circuit of the Americas.
We got about 5 laps of fuel left.
Austin Dillon there in that 14 car is really running down the 48. Bad feeling he's just going to run over him. Hasn't done it yet. He's been pretty patient the last couple of corners.
Pitting in about 5 laps. We'll be pitting in about 5 laps.
Dillon tried the outside that time in turns 1 and 2. Lost a little bit of ground.
1 left.
Schneider crowded him.
All clear.
Dillon was there. Schneider tried to cut down, and it was way too
5
late.
laps of fuel left. We got about 5 laps of fuel left. 1 left. 1 left.
David Reagan runs up along the side of the 48. I think the spotter and crew chief is stuck. Yes, they are.
Steady right. Clear, clear, clear.
Oof, man. I didn't think I was even going to get into the wall that time. I did. Oh my.
1 left. 1 left.
118 miles an hour on the exit of turn 2. Trying to get the car to turn left, and it's still mowing the wall down. Here comes Timmy Hill. That's another lost position. Schneider's only going backwards at this point.
We'll be pitting in about
He's
5
not in a very good
We'll be pitting in about
situation.
5 laps.
Actually stayed above 120 miles an hour that time. Pulling up a giant train of traffic.
Stay left.
There's McLeod on the high side.
Okay, we have to pit next time by. Alright, bring it to us this time. Bring it to us this time. Alright, bring it to us this time. Bring it to us this time.
I think James Davison's starting to hold up Matt DiBenedetto and the rest of the cars behind him enough that he's not quite fast enough to pass the 48 on his own.
Bring it to us this time.
I think Brad Keselowski just hit pit road.
Okay, we have to pit next time.
Who would have thought after 7 straight top 10 finishes, 6 straight wins in that stretch, the Shire would completely fall off the face of the earth the next 3 races. It's like Kevin Harvick leads this race now. Battling Tyler Reddick.
Alright, bring it to us this time. Bring it to us this time.
Shire's just backing the car way up. He's holding it on the bottom lane as much as he can. Harvick for now staying in front of Reddick. I think Harvick may try the outside. Turns 3 and 4, then he cuts down to the bottom. Schneider still gets into the wall. That's going to check the pack up behind him even more. Reddick to the bottom.
Got one left.
Little bump.
All clear. Stay right. Alright, keep it high. Still there. Still there.
Chase Elliott up to 3rd.
Clear, clear, clear. 2 inside. You're 3 wide. 1 left. Clear, clear. Clear, clear.
James Davison squeezing up the middle.
Okay, we have to pit next time by. Okay, we have to pit next time by.
Don't forget to pit. Yeah, that's a big issue here is I don't know when we're
Clear all around.
going to need to pit. Schneider's just getting ran over.
All clear. All clear.
I don't know why the car got so tight all of a sudden, though. We didn't for once, we actually didn't have any damage off the restart. And the car is so bad,
Clear, clear.
right from the get-go.
Okay, we have to pit next time by.
Even though we loosened it up on the last adjustment. Well,
1 left.
hopefully Corey LaJoie saves it, and he did not. Caution's out again. Schneider will pit. I'm sure there's a reset button. Just reset all the adjustments that we've made today. Dropping the air pressure way back. Can't move the wedge much more, but we'll try. Well, you can't say that Schneider didn't try to stay out on the track as long as he could. Just getting ran over too many times, and in fact, it was actually him that ran into the 7 of LaJoy. So there it is on the restart. Schneider back to 37th. Dropping the air pressure like that, you would think would make the car tighter. Adjust the track. I could adjust the track bar. I don't think anything's gonna work though. I mean, no, we haven't tried the track bar yet. Nobody else pit during the caution, except for the 48 of Schneider. Plowing his way through. They were 4 wide in the middle of turns 3 and 4 that time. Schneider just trying to make as many positions out of this as possible. As many times as I've said I wanted to quit tonight, we don't just mail it in here on this channel. Not when there's at least any sort of positions up for grabs. Which in this case there is. He's up to 33rd. Still don't know how many laps down. But at least there's positions to be made.
One left, all clear. Got one left, clear, clear, clear.
Right into the back of Stenhouse, got back in the gas maybe too soon. People running into the back of the 47. Pulling out of line, 3 wide. Ryan Blaney back inside the top 10 after he spun earlier in the race. Better luck at Coda for Schneider tomorrow night. That's all he's hoping for now. Kevin Harvick, Tyler Reddick, side by side for the lead. At least it's a good battle at the front of the field.
Car right. Still next to you. Clear, clear, clear. Got one right. 3 wide. Got 2 up top.
3 wide to the bottom. Schneider gets a lap back.
Clear all around.
A out of many. I don't even have any guesses for how many laps down we are anymore. I was trying to keep track as best as I could now that we're 3 cautions into this race. This is back in the clean air, so he's able to run that middle to upper groove again without worrying about somebody trying to cross back over to the inside. I just want you to know whether we win, we lose, that the only reason I'm still playing this game is for you guys and strictly for you guys. Trying to put the content out there, trying to continue it on. We're not going to drag this out like we did with NASCAR Heat 5, I can tell you that much. We're not going to drag it out that long, but I do still want to drag this career mode out a couple seasons at least. And still plan on doing an actual season mode when the NASCAR season starts back up again as well. Cerebral Assassin, welcome to the stream. Anthony Alfredo and David Reagan may be for position at the back of this pack. Schneider closing in fast into turns 1 and 2. It's just a giant clunk of cars. And both those drivers were for position. Schneider trying to make his way through cleanly on this bottom lane, 3x3. As he has cracked the top 30 for the first time in a long time. Truex makes a little contact with the 48. Schneider is now up to 28. We need around LaJoy and Jones for position. Keselowski in 27th, just up ahead.
Clear all around. 3 wide, got 2 up top. 2 on the outside, you're 3. Got 1 right. 2 on the outside, you're 3. All clear. 2 on the outside, you're 3.
And Schneider's inside the top 25. Somehow Logano's made his way back up to 24th. And the field order just gets randomized on these restarts. But Schneider is up to 25th. Again, we don't know how many laps down he is. I said never give up. And Schneider is definitely not giving in tonight. Luckily, this is the only trip to Dover this season. Problem is, it's replaced with Nashville Super Speedway, and that's probably my worst track on this game. Doing Bristol earlier today. Had the opposite effect, that kept stopping. Straight away, that's terrible. Feel the pain, I feel the pain. Thanks for those of you that have stuck it out tonight. Again, smash that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We usually do realistic commentary on the channel. We are still doing it with this race. I'm trying my best. It's just so hard with this game. You guys know that I try to bring the best out of myself with this. Better pray that traffic jam stays for a bit. Yeah, especially Schneider on fresher tires. It's the only reason he was able to get through there. They could trap the leaders and hold them back even more. It's gonna help. This is why you always fight to the end, ladies and gentlemen. And we've got somebody pitting up ahead going into turn 3. Can't tell who that is. It's Michael McDowell. McDowell's in the top 10. I don't think this is the start of actual pit stops. I would imagine it's just an unscheduled stop for Michael McDowell. Tough break there. I don't think the cautions are done today with having 3, and we're past halfway, but not quite 2/3 of the way home. Kalen Crosby, welcome to the stream. Logano may be up for position in 24th. It's actually a really good corner in 3 and 4 that time for Schneider as he closes the gap. Drives it deep into turn 1. Backing up the center of the corner. Beats Logano back to the gas. Schneider makes a pass. He clears Logano into 3. Logano going to try to cross him back over to the inside. Nope, not going to get there. He's still a couple car lengths back. Brad Keselowski now in the pit lane as well. He was already behind Schneider, so that will not be a position. The best thing that can happen for this 48 bunch is if we get a caution in the middle of green flag stops again. Schneider knows with pitting under that caution that everybody else stayed out. He doesn't have to push it as far as these guys.
Stay left, clear.
We had one caution in the middle of green flag stops earlier. DiBenedetto just ran the 48 up the track. He puts the bumper to the back of the 21.
Got one right.
Not done yet.
All clear. Stay left. Clear all around.
Benedetto 33rd. Kaz Grala still holding on to a top 15 position. BJ McLeod now in the pits. Not sure where McLeod's running in this one. I would assume he's behind the 48. I doubt he's in the top 25. Then again, Kaz Grala's 15th. I guess you never know. Russell Racing, welcome to the stream. Oh man, Keselowski on fresh tires. That's why you need a rearview mirror. I had no clue he was there. Just came out of the pit lane. Schneider got into the back of him. I should say, Keselowski got in the back of Schneider.
Clear all around. Got one right. Clear. Car right.
He clears Bubba Wallace off the exit of turn 4. Keselowski caught behind the 23 car still. He drives it deep. Stenhouse in the top 10 in 9th place. Schneider clears him off the exit of turn 2. That big, heavy lap traffic. Keselowski's flying by on those fresh tires. Look at him go.
Stay left. Clear. Got one right.
David Reagan slowing up a lot of cars on the outside lane. Schneider can get at least another lap back before the rest of the leaders start to pit. That would be ideal. Keselowski somehow found himself in the middle of all this. Now they're 3 wide up ahead into 1 as they cycle down 2 by 2 now. Daniel Suarez in 23rd. Schneider is closing in off of turn 4.
All clear.
Reagan tried to cross him over, but Schneider beats him back to the gas. Michael McDowell on fresher tires as well after pitting even about 10 laps roughly before Keselowski did. Schneider's still going to get to the inside. McDowell's got nowhere to go. Schneider making his own lane down on the bottom. Reddick in second. Denny Hamlin may be the leader again. Wide, very dangerous in this game. It's really hit or miss if the AI will give you room.
Car right. Clear.
Yeah, we did Bristol Dirt on the career mode and the custom schedule season. We won Bristol Dirt for the career mode.
3 wide. Got 2 up top. 3 wide. 2 outside.
Well, Schneider used Davison as a pick to get by Suarez and a couple other passes for position in the middle of the lap traffic as well. And this finds the 48 car up another spot. A little contact with race leader Denny Hamlin off turn 4. Kept it off the wall, and Schneider's inside the top 20.
Stay left. Still next to you. Still next to you. Clear all around. Got 1 right. Clear, clear. Stay left. Clear, clear.
Austin Cindric in 19th. Next car and next driver up for position ahead of the 48. Schneider on a comeback from, we don't even know how many laps down at this point, at least 3 down. We still have about 150 laps to go at Dover. This is not over yet, believe it or not. Just need some timely cautions. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on McDowell and Keselowski on the leaderboard, just in case they get through that traffic, because we know they are going to be hauling from behind the 48 with no rearview mirror. It's really the best thing we've got. There's McDowell in 21st. So that would actually be for position if he passes the 48 car. About 5 seconds behind him for right now. Schneider closes on Cindric some more. Less than a second behind him into turn 3. Schneider with 2 blown right front tires. That is why he's having to come back in the first place. Both during green flag runs, never got a caution under either one. That was only 2 seconds back already. It was the first of the both him and the 2 of Keselowski who had fresher tires that made his way through the pack. Corey LaJoie in 18th up ahead for position. Schneider drives it deep into turns 1 and 2. He gets to the inside of the 33 of Austin Cindric. Beats him back to the gas, clear off of turn 2. Schneider now underneath LaJoie for position. Kurt Busch just up ahead for position.
Car right. Clear, clear.
So Josh Bilicki in the Rick Ware 52 car slowing everybody up. Schneider clears Kurt Busch. Austin Dillon, Josh Bilicki, and Schneider and this 48 car has rallied to 17th. This is as high as they've been in the running order in quite some time. He did lead 1 lap earlier in the day during the first green flag pit stops before the first caution. That was the only lap he led. He's only led just the 1 today. McDowell's going to have to get through that pack of about 7 or 8 cars now. Schneider's got a ton of clean air in front of him. I don't know how many of you guys have jumped out of the stream when we were back in 38th, 39th, and have come back and it's wondering how we're in 17th. I can't really explain it to you because I really don't know how either, other than maybe a couple of timely cautions, and we're a couple more away from perhaps getting back in. I mean, we can still be 5 laps down. Who knows? I say still as if we were 5 down. I don't even know if we were 5 down. Dark Crypto, welcome to the stream. We were at least 3 laps down. That we definitely know. Kevin Harvick is now the race leader, so he's cycling around Hamlin in the middle of the green flag run as lap traffic slows him up. McDowell less than a second off of turn 4 behind the 48. Schneider's just going to have to let him go into turns 1 and 2. Hopefully McDowell passes Schneider cleanly. Schneider's going to stay in front of him in turns 1 and 2. McDowell going to be patient at his 4th position. Now Schneider's going to go wide. He's going to give it up. McDowell on fresher tires. Schneider back to 18th. Schneider definitely trying to be smart now. Ryan Blaney in the pits. He was in the top 10. Last we saw, he was in 7th place. And I'm sure we'll see more green flag pit stops over the next 5 to 10 laps. And the hope for Schneider's we get a caution in the middle of it. If not, he's probably going to have to pit just after that, or he's going to start to lose a bunch of time. He's going to try to wait this out as long as he possibly can for everybody to cycle through. This is not the final pit stop of the day. Everybody is on a 2-stopper to the end. Kiss into the wall off turn 2. And there's Denny Hamlin, one of the leaders, into the pits. Got exams tomorrow? Welcome to the stream. Good luck on your exams. Harvick and Elliott won too. Chase Elliott, the only Hendrick driver who hasn't won yet this season. More of the leaders into pit. Truex was in 10th. Bell was in the top 5. There's Kyle Busch in the 18. Down to the bottom of the racetrack. Busch races around on the top. Schneider's back inside the top 15, up to 11. Gonna start losing positions though. Just still waiting it out. Oh, we almost got a crash. Around goes Busch. Busch is in the wall. Caution's out. Our 4th of the race. He piled it into Timmy Hill off the exit of turn 4. And Blaney, as well, I believe, gets collected. And now Schneider can pit under the caution. Oh, my goodness. Our 4th of the race. Everybody who has not pit yet will pit. And is Schneider potentially back on the lead lap? History could be made on the channel tonight. This might be the greatest comeback of all time. We still got over 100 to go. Schneider's in 18th. He may not be on the lead lap still. I don't think all the leaders pit, but some of them did. Green flag back in the air at Dover. It is a 1-stopper to the finish for everybody. Schneider trying to get down to the bottom. Where he puts himself at risk blowing a tire as Cody Ware just ran him up the track. You know how good Schneider is with fresh tires too. Cody Ware just keeps knocking into him. Here goes Larson. Reagan, and now Schneider finally squeezes into a hole on the inside lane. 3 wide under Larson. Head to head with the 5. Contact between the Hendrick Chevys. Oh man, McDowell got in the way. He's on older tires still. He definitely did not pit under the caution. I think we lost another lap under the yellow. Because there's no way. McDowell was on the same lap as the 48 car when the caution waved. So was Ryan Blaney. Blaney's in 9th. Yeah, so the game just put us another lap down under the caution. We obviously still have made up positions, but as far as laps on the field, I don't think we made up as much. Schneider's got a fast car right now, though. Andrew Soto, welcome to the stream. 3 wide up in traffic. Schneider's got any more positions up for grabs in this pack. I wouldn't doubt it.
Three wide, you got 2 up top. 3 wide, you got 2 up top.
Lenny chopped off his teammate Austin Cindric.
Got 1 left. Clear, clear, clear.
Schneider backed up turns 1 and 2 immensely. The deep dive to the inside of the 33, the 12 now.
All clear. Stay left. All clear. Car right.
Contact with the 33.
All clear. Got 1 right. Clear, 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 clear. Car right. Clear all around.
There's still got to be careful not to blow another tire. All the contact he's been making.
Clear all around. Stay left. Clear, clear. Car right. Still there. Clear, clear.
Now, the big thing that needs to get fixed is just the scoring in general. Because there's no reason we should have lost a lap under the caution. We didn't repair damage when we were in the pits. We could have stayed out, we probably would have lost a lap. It doesn't matter. It's just whenever a caution comes out. And it's not every time. So I don't know how they could fix that. Because it's not every time. Sometimes you don't lose a lap, sometimes you do. Schneider should be at least top 15, and if Blaney in 9th and all those guys Again, Blaney was involved in the accident. Him, Kyle Busch, and Timmy Hill were the 3 drivers involved in the accident. So you can't tell me that Blaney that was involved in the accident didn't lose a lap, but we did. We are nowhere around it. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. We should be right where he's running at least, if not ahead of him.
Car right. Still next to you. Clear, clear. Car right. Clear, clear. Car right. 3 wide, 2 outside. All clear. 2 on the outside. You're 3.
We're going 3 wide into turn 3.
1 right.
Contact with the 77 and Justin Haley.
Still next to you.
Oh, he got into Alfredo, and he turns him around. Alfredo goes around on the front straightaway. Caution's out again. Our 5th of the race. Shatter got tight, getting back into the gas off the exit of turn 4. And around goes Alfredo. Schneider to pit again. Gonna drop the air pressure of the left side tires down 4 pounds. So 4 pounds on the left side's dropping. We probably just lost another lap because of that. I didn't even think about it. Every caution that comes out, I don't know if it helps us or hurts us at this point. A couple other cars in the pit lane, but not many. McDowell, looks like Keselowski. Schneider's up 17. I don't know what's going on. We just blew a tire off that. That ain't happening. We're getting a caution. We are getting a caution. You gotta be joking me. Oh, caution's out again. It didn't even give us a chance. I hate when the game just... You don't have control of the car until you get to the start-finish line. So there's no reason I should have blown a tire right there. No reason. They're going full speed under the caution. We just lost another lap because now we're back to 24. Glad I didn't blow a tire that time. So many issues with this game.
Still there. 2 inside. You're 3 wide. 3 wide. 2 down there. Clear all around. Stay right. 2
3
inside.
wide up
You're
high.
3
That's not going to
clear,
work.
Clear, clear. 2 inside. You're 3 wide. 3 wide. You're up top.
Just going to let Byron go. Shatter back to 25th. Keselowski just door checked the 34 McDowell right in the middle of the corner.
You're 3. Got 1 right. 2 on the outside. You're
Keselowski and
3.
McDowell were
Clear,
both
clear.
through position, so they lost a lap too somehow.
All clear.
Schneider's in the wall again. And back of Alfredo. All this damage is going to make the car even tighter.
Car right. All clear.
It's nuts how much traffic there is. They don't spread apart very easy in this game. Doesn't matter whether it's a 750 oval, 550 oval. They spread apart more in the super speedways than any other oval in this game.
Got 1
How does that make sense?
All clear. Stay left. Clear, clear. 3 wide. You got 2 up top. Car right. 3 wide. 2 outside. Still next to you. Clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear.
Sam, welcome to the stream. So as far as the standings go, Kyle Larson's the regular season points leader. It's 1, 2, 3 for Hendrick Motorsports. Chase Elliott is not in the win column yet, as far as I can remember. It's the only Hendrick driver without a W. But it's 1, 2, 3. Schneider is 57 points back in 5th after 2 straight last place finishes with DNFs at both Kansas and Darlington. Back inside the top 20, and he's trying to make up as much ground as he can. Got 100 laps to go at Dover. Everybody still has to pit one more time.
Stay left. Clear all around. Clear all around. Got one right. All clear. Got one right.
Truex is going to try to take it 3 wide up the middle.
Still there. Still there.
These cars at the front of the field are obviously pretty fast still.
Still there. Clear all around. Clear all around. 2 on the outside. You're 3.
Now Roll is going to go 3 wide up the middle.
2 on the outside.
Between Blaney and Schneider, Schneider got a great roll off the exit. And he's up to 16th. Making his way back through traffic. I'm not sure how many laps down he is. He's putting the wall again off turn 4. The one thing we do know, we have had 6 cautions in the race today. I'm not sure that we have seen the last. I don't know what the strategy is like for Schneider to the end of this race, though. Everybody has to pit once regardless, so he might as well just pit when everybody else does. He can stay out of the pits, trying to get back on the lead lap again and hope for a caution, but he may lose another lap again. We're going to be halfway through the regular season when the checkered flag does fly here tonight, less than 100 laps. Did I make the round of 8 in the custom schedule? No, I didn't. That's why we haven't. That's why I didn't run the last 4 races of the custom schedule. We got eliminated after Daytona. Missed by 5 points.
Stay left. Still there.
Trying to go for the championship in the rookie season of the career mode. Schneider's at least the most winningest driver this season up to this point with 6 wins in the first 12 races. First 12 races of his career, nonetheless. Trying to salvage at least a mediocre day. What could have been terribly, terribly wrong has fought through it. He's in 16th right now. Trying not to make it 3 straight races outside the top 10. As he slips further and further behind in the regular season point standings, at least he won't take a huge hit tonight, but he's still going to lose points if he finishes behind, well, Chase Elliott, who's in the top 3 in points, is 3rd. He is outrunning Byron, who's in the top 3. Kyle Larson, last we saw, is in the top 10 as well. He was the points leader. Denny Hamlin 4th. Car down into the pits already. It was Ryan Newman. Wow, big checkup off turn 2. Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin caught BJ McLeod. Chase going to try the outside of McLeod. Schneider's going to split 3 wide. Slides up in front of Denny Hamlin. They get to the inside, it looks like, of his teammate Chase Elliott. Kevin Harvick still leads this one, though. Top portion of the field isn't getting spread apart too much. Schneider clears Elliott off turn 4. The only reason Schneider's a little bit faster is because of fresher tires. Maybe about 20 laps or so. So probably going to be a little bit before everybody else pits. But again, the only thing Schneider's got to hope for is when everybody else pits, we get another caution in the middle of green flag stops, which has happened twice now. And hope that we don't lose a lap. If he does, so be it, I guess. Just gonna have to deal with it like he has all night. Kiss the wall again off turn 2. He's closed on Reddick, though. Still about 3.5 seconds behind Harvick, who's just caught Quinn Houff in some of the back markers. Schneider again into the wall. There goes Newman on fresh tires. He pitted not that long ago. Harvick's definitely getting slowed up behind Houff, and Reddick is starting to close him down for the race lead. Leader's got about 80 laps to go. Schneider about turned Reddick. Definitely don't need a caution now. Another big bounce and a hit into the wall. And here comes Reddick for the lead. Oh, Schneider's going to take Reddick's line away. He was looking to cut to the inside so he could get around Harvick. Harvick still stuck behind Houff. Schneider couldn't even get around Reddick. He had to fall in line behind him instead. Schneider's going to race these guys hard, trying to get at least one lap back here. A little contact with Harvick. Harvick came off the wall a bit. I don't know if he got loose. Schneider's cleared both Reddick and Harvick. Rider's all clear. How many laps down is he? Is he on the lead lap potentially? Have to wait and find out. Harvick's definitely closing back in, though. Even with a little bit fresher tires, Harvick's got the fastest car in the field, even compared to the 48 right now. Not by much. About 0.2 of a second faster that last lap. I guess that's pretty significant, but consider there's damage on the front of the 48 as well. Probably not as much as it should. Schneider's definitely going to try to hold Harvick up when Harvick gets there. Last lap, Harvick was only 0.1 of a second quicker. Enormous amount of lap traffic coming up. Not these two cars, but there's a little bit of a gap, and then there's a giant pack of cars once again. Ryder gets to the inside of Balicki for now.
All clear.
Sends it into turn 3 to the inside of James Davison. Top 15, Daniel Suarez only about 4 seconds, maybe a little less than that ahead. Schneider's about 2 seconds ahead of Harvick already. Harvick's still stuck behind Balicki and Davison as Reddick's going to try to close in on him for the race lead again. About 70 laps to go here tonight in the Dryden 400 at Dover. NASCAR Chase for the Cup 2005 coming back to the channel again on Thursday. Or sorry, not Thursday. Coming back to the channel again on Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday. On Friday, and we got a special one for you. It is going to be the start of our custom schedule season. Kicking things off, at least during the current NASCAR season, with the Modified Series. We'll run 2 races in a stream, just like we did for Season 1 of the Modifieds. You guys will get to fan vote who I'm going to race as, so make sure to tune into that stream right when it starts. Have those notification bell and icons set so you don't miss the start of these streams and don't miss the start of that one. Custom schedule will be uploaded on the community tab of the channel within the next 48 hours before the start of the season. There'll be a 16 race custom schedule season there. So I'm going to mix that in on the side here with NASCAR 21 Ignition.
Clear, clear.
Another career mode episode of World of Outlaw Sprint Car Racing 2002 will be uploaded to the channel tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that as well. See you, Reese. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Reddick actually just got around Harvick for the race lead, so he was able to close in as Harvick was stuck behind those 2 lap cars for quite some time. Kyle Busch in the middle of all this up here. He was involved in that last caution. My thumb is about at that point where it feels like it's going to fall off now. Having to pull so far to the left on the analog stick. I'm surprised it's taken me almost 350 laps to have that feeling. Maybe it's calloused enough now.
Car right. Clear all around.
I don't typically have those issues. The car's so tight, I'm pulling so hard. And the analog stick to try to keep the car to the left.
Got one right.
Not like it's really doing anything extra. But I just really don't want my thumb to slide at all.
Car right.
Maybe wearing this controller out.
Stay left. All
This
clear.
car just keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Window's about 80 laps to the end, so again, everybody is within the window to make it to the end of the race from now. Contact with David Reagan.
2 on the outside. You're 3.
Contact, and Reagan got shoved on by, and here comes Kevin Harvick in the 4. To the back bumper of the 48. Schneider's going to try to hang on in front of him again. Harvick's car just a little bit quicker here as this run wears on. And we got some cars pitting. Kurt Busch is going to pit this time by. From 25th. One car already in the pit lane. So with about 60 laps to go, our final set of stops will be right as we speak. And we'll see if we get a caution in the middle of green flag stops for the 3rd time tonight. Hopefully Schneider doesn't lose a lap this time. Good news is he won't have to go a full fuel run whenever he decides to pit from here on out. Busch being held up by Kaz Drala.
1 left.
Here comes Harvick to the bottom, side swipes his way around the 48. Harvick pulling back away from Reddick for now. Schneider kisses the wall off turn 4. Every time he seemingly closes up on Suarez, Suarez just pulls right back away again.
Got one right. Got
Johnson
one right.
dives to the inside of Harvick.
Clear, clear, clear. Clear, clear, clear.
Oh my goodness. I've said that a lot tonight, I'm sorry. I don't know how much more slower we can go. 115 miles an hour just to get the car to turn, and I still put it in the wall.
Car right. Clear, clear, clear. Stay left. All right, hold your line. All clear.
If the caution comes out, make sure to get, yeah, definitely gonna get the car full. There'll be no issues making it to the end of the race on one more stop whenever we decide to pit. There's 2 strategies we could have went with here. We could have short pitted again, try to gain time that way, but if a caution comes out, we're going to lose more laps, which is exactly what happened earlier when we were in the wrong situation when a caution came out and the green flag stops. Or we could potentially be in the right situation where we stay out, try to get as many laps as possible. Get the caution. Hope we don't lose the lap when we pit under green. And points leader Kyle Larson's up to 5th, by the way. The Schneider's at least 2 laps down. The reason why we know that for a fact is because Kyle Larson in 5th is behind the 2nd place car. So Schneider's at least 2 down still. Well, actually, he'd technically be 3 down because he's still behind Harvick. Drives it deep into turn 3, trying to get back around the 4. Got underneath him. And that's a slide in line behind him. Lap traffic is holding Harvick up, and here comes Reddick. Schneider to the bottom. He gets into the 16 of Gralla. And here comes Reddick to the lead as that held Harvick up. Gralla using all the racetrack. And Schneider. Schneider's losing so much time here. He's gonna bite the bullet. As much as don't want to, he's gonna short pit. He's losing way too much ground now. Even Gralla in 27th is faster. No time to make any adjustments. I just realized our air pressure went back to the way it was. How did that happen? I want to know how our air pressure got put back. No wonder we got so tight. It's like all the adjustment changes I made under the caution didn't even happen. Should not shock me with this game at this point. Logan M, welcome to the stream. Any good steering sense for this game? Since the last patch, I do because of the vibration. It's the only positive that really came out of the most recent patch from, I think, last week now. I think it was like Thursday last week, Friday last week, something like that. Might have been even before that. The Schneider short pits. Got about 50 laps to go, probably just less, considering he's a few laps down. We'll be back on fresh tires again. Well, he's going to make up a ton of time if this does go green all the way through. I don't think it will. But the hope is that it will.
Got one right. All clear.
The steering sensitivity, well, by good, I mean you could feel the car when it's getting loose before it just gets loose. But as far as the sensitivity goes, it still gets snappy loose without any assist. It's super tight when you have assist on. We have medium assist, and I mean, we've been super tight from the get-go. I've done all I can with adjustments to try and loosen it up, and nothing's working. Or it'll work for the short run, and then once I get into the long run, it gets right back to being super tight again. Ryan Blaney in the pits, so Schneider only pit really a couple laps before everybody else.
Got one right. Clear, 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 clear.
Busch pulling into the pit lane. Busch and Blaney were involved. Most recent caution earlier on in the race.
Stay left. All clear. Stay left. Got one right. Clear all around. Got one right. Clear, clear,
You have to
clear.
watch out for any cars coming into the pits anytime Schneider goes to the bottom lane.
Car right.
Down the backstretch, specifically towards turn 3. I feel like Kyle Busch entered pit road a long time ago. He just made it into his box. Wonder if he wrecked coming in. We didn't get a caution for it. I don't know, something happened there. Had a fair amount of drivers pitting already, and Schneider's still in 24th. I'm kind of questioning why. It's a little concerning.
Stay left. Clear, clear.
Goes Bell into the pits. Schneider gets into McDowell, barely kept it off the wall.
Got one right. Clear, clear.
More cars making the dive into the pit lane.
Car right. Clear, clear. Car right. All clear.
Schneider's still a lap behind Busch. Felt like he was on pit road forever.
Got one right. Got one right. All
It's almost like Schneider's pit stops are so much slower than the rest of the field. He's only up to 23rd. We probably had half the field pit. Now we got trouble. Oh, Malta, one car up and over David Reagan. That's going to bring out a caution. David Reagan is flipped after just slamming into the driver's side door of the 43 of Eric Jones. No caution. Terrible crash here at Dover. That would have not been a good caution for Schneider. I don't know how that wasn't a yellow. Somehow it wasn't. Schneider's back inside the top 15. I don't know what happened there. Felt like we made contact with somebody even though we didn't.
Car right.
Schneider, well, now Schneider just made contact, actual contact that time with his teammate William Byron. Byron's rallied up to 8th place after making an unscheduled stop earlier. Johnson's made 2 unscheduled stops and he's in 14th. Problem is, I don't think he's going to move up the leaderboard anymore. Busch just blew around him through turns 1 and 2.
Stay left. Clear all around.
Schneider's car's already getting massively tight during this run again. He's able to gain 2 spots by short pitting. But he's going to be giving up a lot more time. Logano all over the left rear. 48. It's kind of upsetting those adjustment changes never actually work. His car is already tight, and Schneider's only been on the track for maybe 10, 15 laps. Just trying to hold on for dear life. Check my pressure. You can't. Oh, I just downshifted in the middle of the corner. I pressed the wrong button. It's alright. Hang on.
One left. Clear, clear.
Yeah, I mean, the PSI on the right side is in the 50s. I knocked that all the way down to like 40, 47 to 49. And then on the left sides, I had it down to 13 and 17. It didn't save any of it. Just ridiculous. Try to make adjustments and it just doesn't even save. Daniel Suarez is about to pass Schneider for position. I don't know how he got through there. It was a very tight gap, but he did. And race leader Kevin Harvick has closed in on this group as well with about 30 laps to go. Schneider's paid his dues already, though. He's going to have to stay out. He's probably going to fall back to 16th where he was running. Hopefully he doesn't lose any spots to the end of the race from where he was running in the last run. I have a bad feeling that might be the case because we got cars outside the top 20 blowing around him. Like Corey LaJoie did right there, even though he's only got about 10 lap older tires than the rest of the field.
Clear, 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 clear.
Shouldn't be moving around him that much quicker, but Schneider's car is so tight. You're thinking he made adjustment changes 2 pit stops ago, and it never actually worked. He just reset it, so. Ryan Blaney, after wrecking, is up to 4th. Almost ran into the back of the 48 off the exit of turn 4. He's got just less than 30 laps to go to try and see if he can get his way to the front and win this race. Schneider just passed Michael McDowell for position right back to 14th. McDowell might be on a little bit older tires. There's Larson now just battling Blaney for the 4th spot. Larson to the inside. Schneider's going to let his teammate go. Blaney's going to get down underneath him as well. Ross Chastain's in 15th.
One left.
Oh my gosh.
Clear, clear.
Schneider's just holding on. We only got 10 lap older tires. The way they're blowing around us makes it seem like they got like 50 lap pressure tires. Car's just tight. I mean, I can't get it to turn. I have to slow it down so much to get it to turn. Got her just about ran into the back of Keselowski. They got another big stack up behind Ryan Newman holding everything up.
Stay left.
Of all the drivers to hold up a pack of cars, I guess Newman probably be the most likely candidate. I think Quinn Houff would come in a close second, though.
Got one right. All clear.
Caution's out.
Caution's out.
Caution is out again. Our 7th of the race in the late going. Back this air pressure back down again. Hopefully it works this time. No damage repair. Schneider may lose another lap because of the caution, but he's going to pit to take on fresh tires. Now he'll have probably the fastest car in the field to the end of the race. We'll see how many more positions he can get back. He was in 14th place when the caution came out. And at this point, he is still just trying to save all he can. Back to 23rd. Well, time to let it rip now. Oh, wow, he's cycling up. Oh, well, faked me out there for a second. They're on the same lap as Daniel Suarez, and now he's a lap ahead of us. So we definitely lost a lap because of the caution. Suarez is in 13th. Schneider was in 14th. Got passed by Suarez for position. Only 10 laps, maybe less, before the caution. Because of how many laps down we are, I have no clue how many laps we have left in the race. Schneider can't hold anything back. Let's see if he can get back inside the top 15. Maybe and then some. Who knows? Maybe we catch another caution late in the race. And then he'll probably lose another lap. But he's definitely staying out of the pits the rest of this one. We just beat the 19 car to the bottom. In the middle of trying to pass the 52 of Josh Bilicki. Oh, Moles gets into Timmy Hill 3 wide. Kurt Busch was on the outside. That was for position. Schneider back inside the top 20. Tyler Reddick's back to 6th place on the restart. Car's getting tight again, and Schneider's got a tire down. He got into the wall. And up the track he goes. And now the left rear's out after James Davidson piled into him. So now he's got 2 tires down. Left rear and the right front. And he's going to have to make an unscheduled stop, trying to get the car to slow down so he can make the turn on the pit road. And things have gone from bad to worse. And what looked like a sure top 15 finish before the caution, at least. Now we get a caution. He gets trapped another lap down. He blows 2 tires on the restart. And all of the adversity he tried to fight just to get back up to as high as 14th is all for naught. Brady NASCAR 88, welcome to the stream, by the way. And I am a Ryan Blaney fan. Yes, I am. Schneider back to 25th. We got to have less than 10 laps to go now. 26th. 27th. Every point matters. He's going to try to get as many back as he can. He just got passed by... now he's back to 28th. He's getting out of the pit lane. Should be able to get 3 spots back if he's got enough laps to get up there. Oh my... That's twice now. Look at the air pressures. It's not saving my setup every time I go to the pits. The car is tight again. Like right from the get-go. They're going to be a little quicker because we got pressure tires. But we should be even faster. So it's not even saving the setup changes anymore. It was earlier in the race. The last 2 times I tried to change it, it hasn't. I love Marilyn Manson. Welcome to the stream. This is ridiculous.
Stay left, stay left. Still next to you, still next to you. Clear all around. Got one right.
Pass on, it looked like the Benedetto was for position. Get Schneider up to 27. Castrola's in 26. Tough break for him. He was in the top 15 for the longest time earlier. It's like Schneider, though. Not when it matters the most, right at the end of the race.
Got one right. 3 wide. You got 2 up top. Clear, clear, clear. 3 wide. 2 outside. Car right. 3 wide. You got 2 up top. Still next to you. All clear.
Race car game settings can be pain in the neck sometimes. It's not any race car game, it's this one. I don't have that issue. I don't have many of the issues with this game in any other NASCAR game I've ever played. How do we lose laps under caution? Whether we pit, stay out, doesn't matter. I don't know. Pass on Cody Ware for position. Schneider just put it in the wall again. Luckily, it didn't blow a right front tire that time. Lord have mercy. Just waiting to see when that white flag is going to wave for the final lap of the race. Schneider's in 25th. I don't think he can gain any more positions. Well, it's not a third straight last place finish, but it's 3 straight finishes outside the top 20 for Schneider. First time that'll happen in that stretch all season long. And we'll have to wait till Dakota tomorrow night to see if he can try to get back in the top 10. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. So we would have lost 2 more laps under that last caution, or that last pit stop here after the restart. Beyond that, we should have been 1 lap down. So however many laps down we are at the end, just know that we should have been 1 lap down before all of it. And, you know, that could have changed the complexion of the race. We might not have blown those 2 tires there on that last restart because we would have been running further up in the pack and not in the middle of it. So here's what it is. Yeah, 6 laps down. Only had 2 drivers fail to finish this race. That would have been Eric Jones and Brad Keselowski. Looks like they're crashing after the checkered flag. But anyway, I'm not sure how Keselowski got knocked out of it. Eric Jones got drilled in the driver's side door by David Reagan. Reagan flipped and still finished 31st. Didn't get a caution for that. We did have 7 cautions total tonight. And only 3 drivers finished on the lead lap. Kevin Harvick with the win. Denny Hamlin finishes 2nd. Chase Elliott 3rd. Kyle Larson 4th. Ryan Blaney rounds out the top 5. Tyler Reddick 6th. Reddick, and it's not, again, this, I say it all the time. I really hate repeating myself, but it's not just me that loses a lap. There's a lot of other drivers that lose a lap under the cautions. There was not this many drivers a lap down, first and foremost. Tyler Reddick, for instance. Reddick finishes 6th, 2 laps down. He was leading and battling for the lead before that last caution came out with less than 30 laps to go. How did he lose 2 laps? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Poor Reddick gets taken out of a chance to win. Kyle Busch finishes 7th, Martin Truex Jr. 8th, Christopher Bell 9th, and Ross Chastain rounds out the top 10. So all 4 Joe Gibbs Toyotas finished in the top 9. And we'll take a look at the point standings going into Coda tomorrow night. I think you're giving the game too much of a chance, to be brutally honest. Hustle, hustle. People want to see the newest NASCAR game. Yeah, I mean, it's the main reason. Doing it for you guys. I mean, there's a reason why we don't do it every night, though, either. I don't overkill. I couldn't. I'd probably hang myself by now. I don't even think I'd have to kill myself. I think this game would literally kill me. I'll go brain dead playing this thing multiple times a week. So here's a look at the regular season standings. Schneider drops back one more spot in points. Joey Logano is now going to jump up ahead of him. So Schneider is now back to... Actually, I think he... No, that's right, because the randomization there at the end. I was going to say, I thought we finished ahead of Logano, but losing all those laps at the end, we didn't. So Schneider is now relegated to 6th in the point standings. Kyle Larson is still the regular season points leader after a top 5 tonight. Chase Elliott, who also had a top 5, is starting to fall back behind him. Larson now has a 42-point lead. That is over one race worth. Again, with no stages, the max amount of points you can score is by simply just winning the race. That's 40 points. So Larson has over a one-race lead in the regular season standings. It's going to be tough. Schneider currently sits 72 points back. Not out of it. Still got 13 races left in the regular season. He's going to fight for it. He was on a hot streak. We can find a hot streak like that again. I led one lap in this race, but it didn't actually register it, which I find kind of odd. Oh, well. Still at 900 laps led. Still led the most laps this season. Yeah, definitely. We'll keep the retro NASCAR vids going for sure. 8 different winners now in the season. Kevin Harvick just picked up his first win of the year. Chase Elliott again still has to win. Denny Hamlin still has to win. Blaney, Reddick, who came close tonight. Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski. So 8 different winners in the first half of the regular season. 8 different winners in 13 different races. Schneider's still the only one with multiple wins, and again, he's got 6. Only other thing I'm going to check is Legacy leaderboard. We got 124. I think I'm still probably 29th. Yep, 29th. 6 behind Timmy Hill. I don't know how you get Legacy points, but we're 29th. Still kind of cool to see, even though you can't really do anything with it. We have almost as many wins as Kyle Larson had coming into the season. Just one behind him. A lot less starts. Yeah, okay, so that's enough rambling for the rest of the night. COTA, tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard start time. That will be the next live stream on the channel. I will qualify. I will practice for that one. And we will also have a career mode upload of the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series game as well. So that'll be uploaded on the channel tomorrow. And I think that's all for me. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in here tonight. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Realistic commentary, as always. We'll keep the NASCAR live streams coming. And I'll see you again tomorrow night. Thanks. Have a good rest of your Wednesday night.